Shalom from Jerusalem. Today we're going to talk about the weekly portion of Vayera. This weekly portion, of course, has a lot of fascinating segments, like every part of the Torah. But one that I like to talk about is the city of Sodom, or Sodom and Gomorrah, as they say it in English. So, a lot of people have many misconceptions about what this city is really represented then and what's represented today and what's represented inside of us. So let's talk about it. People of Sodom was very, very wicked. We know that, and most people know the story that the nephew of Avram, Lot, living in Sodom, become a judge, and when the two angels come to visit him, he invited them to his house. And then something really strange happens. The Torah tells us that they not yet lay down to sleep when the town people, Sodomites, converge upon the house from young to old, all people from every quarter. And they called to Lot and said to him, "Where's the man that came to you tonight? Bring them out to us," and so on. But to think about it, it's really strange. You have a huge big city, and everybody, it says, from young to old, from all the quarters, people come here. What's happening? Like, what's going on? Let us understand. So, you see, what was going on really, the city of Sodom was, and the whole province was very, very wealthy. They were very rich. And the people said the following things. They said, look, the resources here in this world are limited. And therefore, if we start sharing the resources, we're not going to have enough for everybody. So the policy of Sodom and the laws of Sodom was the following. We have what we have, and we're not willing to share it with anybody. You have what you have, we're not pretending, we're not wanting to take yours, but don't dare try to take anything of ours. And all of the horrible stories of Sodom are actually illustrating this point. When God says that I want to go and see because the crime of Sodom became very great and the transgression was also very great, what was taking place? And the oral tradition tells us that the daughter of Lot is actually wanted to feed the poor person. So when the people of Sodom found out that she wants to feed the poor, they smeared honey all over her body. They put honey all over her body, and then they took her to the bees, so the bees would sting her to death. And that's what happened. Now, what was the message? The message was, you're so sweet. The same bees that give the honey, they will kill you. It means the same poor people that you are trying to feed, they will kill you. See, they'll produce a welfare society, you'll see that they'll break Medicare, you'll see that the whole society will be ruined down from your kindness. So that was the message of Sodom. Another example, a person would come to the city to sell grapes. So one person comes to him, take one grape. Of course, the seller let people taste. One grape costs less than the smallest coin, so he eats it. But then the entire city does the same thing. And the person is left totally without grapes. Again, the message is, if you start giving tiny little bit, you will lose everything. So, you see, every message, every punishment, if you wish, of Sodom carried the same message. Now, so what's happening here with angels? It was totally against the law of Sodom to let strangers into your house. They can sleep on the street if they want, and if somebody bothers them, that's going to be against the law. Well, what would the law do to these people? It's a different story. But to invite people in, it was totally breaking the law of Sodom. So Lot actually broke the law. Now, and therefore it demanded the public execution. So all the people converged on the house because they were fulfilling the citizens' duty. And not only that, but they couldn't refuse to come, because that was the law of Sodom. If you refuse to come and be part of the group, then the same thing will happen to you. What does it remind us? It reminds us of some of the Nazi execution during the Second World War, where they did the same thing. They brought all the people, young and small, to watch the execution of the people that, they want to demonstrate, what would happen to people and scare people. So now we begin to understand, that what Sodom is really all about. Sodom is saying that what mine is mine, what the sages tell us, and what yours is yours, and I'm not going to share what I have, but don't dare come and try to take even a little bit from me. Now, again, the philosophy behind it, world is limited, resources are limited, there is not enough for everybody. So, when we feel the same way, when we're scared that there's not going to be enough for us, when we become jealous, when we basically become the citizens of Sodom, what is opposite? Opposite, of course, is Abraham. Opposite is his trade of kindness, giving. Where is it coming from? It comes from the notion that, yes, you're right, the resources in this world are limited, but there is an unlimited creator who creates this world. And this creator, who is infinite, he created everybody for the purpose. And he is willing to give us, and he is giving us and will give us everything that we need to fulfill this purpose. So, for example, Abraham is chesed, is kindness, his archetype of kindness. Abraham was giving kindness to strangers, he was inviting strangers and so on. But what is the proper way to do it? And that also we learn it from here. Actually, Abraham is trying to defend Sodom. He is saying to God, what would happen if I find 50 righteous men? He started with 50, went down to 10. Very important. Abraham also realized that I cannot do it myself. But if I have 10 people, that the power of the group, we maybe be able to turn these people around. Maybe we can educate them. Maybe we can change them. Now, understanding what you can do and what you cannot do. But when you can do it, when you want to give the kindness, when you want to do chesed to somebody, don't think that you are giving your own energy of kindness. Just realize there is Creator, Hashem, God, who has infinite kindness, and you just become a channel. And when people do it properly, when it's done properly, you can sometimes spend hours helping somebody, and after all this time, you feel energized, another person feels energized, so he feels as much more energy. And that means that's really, even subconsciously, people do it the right way. Another time, when you give, you feel depleted. And what happened? You feel that you're giving from yourself. So when you're giving from yourself, because we're limited, so our own belief that we are giving from ourselves, it's put like a top, a roof, if you will, over us, and so we're not getting this energy from the infinite source. Learning how to give, and give properly, and give not from yourself, but really give from the infinite source. The more you give, the more you're going to receive. And again, when we're doing what we're really supposed to do, when we're fulfilling our destiny, when we're fulfilling our mission, that God promised us that we're going to get absolutely everything, and that creates a completely different attitude towards life, towards people, towards giving, towards confidence that we can have about it. So let's not be citizens of Sodom. Let's be the children of Abraham. And that's what I want to give the blessing to all our listeners.